but
So fast.
Well, that's how they know where to punch, where to aim.
Yeah.
Are you
So
all ready
things know
to?
where to punch them.
Are you all ready to set out then, or do you need anything else?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll do our
You too.
best, as we
Yes.
usually do.
Eldrick nods, and he says, "I will be returning to the Academy Tower from here. I will check in with. I'll be checking in with River, and we'll see what other news we can find out from after our other forces secure the Hooded Lanterns barracks."
Sounds good.
With that, Eldrick takes his leave, and the three of you head out from the Red Lion Hotel towards Drakenheim. What route do you want to take? Or is there any other last minute things that you want to do before you?
Yes, I want to use the Lord Commander's seal to issue a bellowing command.
Ooh.
So that way, and the command is, let's have some fun, maybe beating up a nerd for their homework, but in general, let's do our best.
So they are always so inspirational.
Feels so
Okay.
inspired.
What is
right.
the what is the
I do
effect
think
of the Lord Commander's seal?
So we each gain 20 temporary hit points. While you have these hit points, we gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws. And we can't use it again until the next dawn.
Nice.
So use them wisely.
Advantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Nice.
Yes.
Now,
They are so
Thank you,
inspiring.
man.
you are approaching the city from the south. So you're coming in towards Emberwood Village. We're very zoomed in there. Wow. Zoom way out. Not that much though. Okay. So, hopefully that's a bit of a better view. So you're looking over in this area of the city here, right? So, if you're coming into Drakenheim to get to the chapel, which is along the crater's edge, right? You can either brave it by, if your destination is the crater, you don't even need to pass through Champion's Gate. You know that Lucretia Matthias has been hanging out at the chapel of St. Gracia, and that was the last place that you spoke with her, in fact. She does also often hang out at Saint Selena's monastery, although given the circumstances, most recently you've been encountering her here.
So can we just skip the gate and kind of cut through the danger zone of the spokes?
Since your destination is the crater, yes, right? Normally passing through that area is pretty deadly, but since that's where you're trying to go, there's not much reason to actually take the gate.
Yeah, there's a big old scar there as well that we're gonna pass by.
Yeah.
Should we take our Aquux Virgo? How long does it last for
I
again?
choose to.
Probably.
Because we're going really close.
I'm gonna drink. We're all gonna drink our Aquix.
Plug.
Okay.
I feel invincible.
I feel weird.
Alrighty. You travel across the dusty Champion's Way, the old road that leads from Emberwood Village towards the city of Drakenheim. It is early in the day, and wet mist hangs across the lands around, surrounding the city, clinging thick onto your clothing and basically making everything slightly damp. As you approach closer to the outskirts of the city, through the dilapidated buildings of Champion's Way, you see that the streets right now are mostly deserted. perhaps maybe earlier in the day. Veo, you can see that there's signs that perhaps a few hours ago, a group of pilgrims of the Falling Fire might have passed this way towards Champion's Gate, but you're immediately going to pull the group on the back roads through the spokes towards the crater. Now, the south ward of Drakkenheim was its beating industrial heart, and so the inner part of the south ward, before it was annihilated, was known for having many workshops and much industry, and the spokes themselves, like the spokes of a wheel, served the industry of the south ward. All along here are, all through the streets that you pass through, are old flop houses and tenement buildings where workers would live in some of the most squalid conditions in Drakkenheim. There are numerous areas of warehouses and lower workshops and mills and other facilities that are all kind of spread out along the spokes. In its heyday, it was a dusty, sooty, smelly part of the city, and even now the smells of the city linger, although they are twinged with that ozone-like scent of delirium. For along here is the Scar, which is a long path, almost a trench, that was dug across the area where a piece of the wall and a piece of the meteor were sent flunging out, kind of dragging this earthen trench that is one of the richest deposits of delirium outside the city walls. You've heard rumors that there is actually an outpost of dwarven prospectors that is taken up in an old smithy nearby here. But as you pass through the area, you can hear the distant sounds of thunderous gunfire, perhaps, of their defensive emplacement. But you move through towards the city proper and towards the crater. Is there anything else you'd like to do as you make this journey?
How are you guys feeling? I feel like I want to check in with Veo. No, this is our first time being actually alone, the three of us, in a while. Do you mind if I take a minute to check in? Veo, Pluto, what's up? What do you think of? Okay.
Sup?
What's up, guys? Here we are, walking back into the city. What do you guys think of these three other hooligans that came marching in here? This new king, and
You called them hooligans, so I already know your feelings.
Well, no,
Are we the hooligans?
no, it seems cool. It seems cool, but I just like Veo, Pluto, you seem to know this Wilhelm guy. What's up there?
He is a distant friend. He seems honorable. I can read people. Yeah, I have a pretty good idea. And I do trust that he is willing to do what is right in this moment to get what needs to be done, and then relinquish the throne. He seems to be some kind of wanderer. He doesn't seem to want this royal pageantry. And if he can hold the throne until George is ready, then perfect. And it seems to move the agenda forward.
You think we can trust him?
Yes, that weird mage guy, though. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was a bit off. He was really excited that I looked like a big cat. Kind of threw me a bit.
I've come across this guy before. It's River's weird brother.
Oh.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's right.
they don't really. She didn't talk about him that much, but like occasionally I got to meet him, and every single time it was awkward. He won't shut up about his cat. I don't even know if he actually casts real spells. He's he's a mess. I don't, like, I got kicked out of the academy, but I'm pretty sure he tried in the academy and they were just like, go wander off somewhere and pretend you're a mage. So really weird that he's now back as like the right hand of the 2B king. What, I don't know, this guy's worming his way into places. It just seems to pop up at the most inopportune times. And this Rudy character, I don't know, she seems pretty scary.
She's
Big
a bit
fan.
scary, right?
Big fan. I can see a lot of blood, a lot of dried blood on those axes. You know.
Yeah, is
Doing
that
some work.
good? Like,
Sturdy. I get the impression she's very sturdy.
we have
Yeah,
like
a
you,
little
Pluto.
scary. Yeah,
we have a
little
butcher
scary.
and a maniac on either side of this supposed claimed king. I'm excited by the idea of having more help, and they seem like they can stand up in a fight, but I want to keep our
doing
eyes on.
something on the northwest bank?
Yeah, you know that they're on a mission right now.
Yeah.
To
They're helping out.
Taking the barracks?
yeah.
Leo,
they're
how do you
doing-
feel about that? Like, they didn't ask you to take the Hooded Lanterns barracks back. You're the Lord Commander. And, I mean, Wilhelm's going to have a say in that going forward.
I mean, I think I can be of more use where I'm at. And if the other group, Rudy and Wrath and Wilhelm, want to take that on, listen, if it helps this soldiers, if it helps the lanterns, I'm all for it. I just want the men and women under my charge to be safe. And if that's what that means, then great. I think Wilhelm is really, he seems honorable. He seems like a really good guy. Yeah, a little bit, not the best talker, you know, needs to work on his speeches.
Yeah, really stumbled through his words.
What I don't know if he has the guts to do what needs to be done.
All I'm saying is that him making a play with this red huntsman and this crazy mage and them going to reclaim the barracks, they could use that against you being Lord Commander, and I'm just worried. Just worried about what their plays are here. I'm worried if they have another agenda, but we'll see.
Maybe we talk with them more when we get there.
Who would River pick between you and her brother?
Oh, me.
Yeah?
I'm her best friend, I think. I was.
Uh-oh, I didn't mean to sow doubt. I simply as a... Confidence, Sebastian.
Confidence is key.
Look, this feels all too familiar. Walking back into the city with you two. But I feel safe.
What's the least that could happen, right?
Well, you can all roll me a d6.
A 2.
I
4.
feel 4.
Okay. You proceed into the city towards where the shattered walls of Drakenheim once stood, across the ruin and rubble, and towards the crater's edge. As you step into the deep haze and feel it wash over your bodies, you can each give me a Constitution saving throw.
With advantage. Thank you, Van.
You're welcome. 12.
21.
Does a 17.
Vale, you actually fail that save. So Vale, you're unless you want to use your Aqua Expurgo now, this is going to be a contamination.
What, didn't she use it?
Yes?
Okay.
You get 3, right?
Yeah, you got 3 Aqua Expurgo saves. A 12 with
The folks at home.
advantage. Vale.
It was either that or 5s.
Okay.
Oh,
With that, you proceed deeper in towards the crater's edge, towards where the chapel of Saint Gresham lies along the crater's edge. Now, the site of the chapel, now that you've navigated there several times through the thick mist of the deep haze, you can find your way through what waypoints you recall. The chapel itself teeters literally on the edge of the crater, almost as if it could sink into it at any moment. But little remains of it, for the chapel's entire ceiling has been blown off, and
Ring via filtret.
I Gudbrandsdalen E6 mellom Dombås og Otta stengt på
morning.
ubestemt tid, like
Tamara.
nord for sentrum. Etter
Another day with a lot of sun here.
Det opplyser Statens vegvesen.
And 15 Celsius, so it's rising.
Omkjøringen til Høvringsveien, og det er omkjøring på riksvei 3 via Østerdalen. Trafikken mellom Gudbrandsdalen og Nordvestlandet kan gå via Otta og Strynefjellet på sørsiden av rasstedet, og via Dombås, Lesja og Åndalsnes på nordsiden av rasstedet.
I'm just listening to the radio to see if there
Dette
are
NRK
any
Trafikk. Her
accidents.
får du de viktigste meldingene fra ditt distrikt. Har du trafikkvarsling aktivert på bilradioen, holder vi deg oppdatert uansett hvilken NRK-kanal du lytter til.
This is a radio channel that only plays
På fylkesvei 178
traffic news, but it doesn't seem like there is an issue.
Mellom rundkjøringa ved Ringveien og brua over E6. Her er veien stengt i begge retningene, melder politiet. Fylkesvei 289.
brickwork, in fact, has been utterly annihilated, but instead it floats in mid-air, slowly coming together and falling apart. The stained glass windows that once decorated, the glass shards still floating in the air, defying gravity, still occasionally coming together to form grotesque shapes that are mockeries of the beautiful scenes of divine grace that they once pictured. Several of the statues outside St. Gresham depict the saints and angels, and many of them are warped and charred beyond all recognition. But nonetheless, the core of the circular chapel still stands, and there is a great brazier of purple-red scarlet flame that illuminates almost like a beacon in the midst of the haze. As you approach, the chapel, you can see the guardians that stood here, that you've run into several times. They are knights of the devoted to the sacred flame. They are of an order that is not the same as the Silver Order. The half-remembered tales that you mentioned, the emblazons of their shields. Apparently, this might have been an order known as the Twilight Sentinels. That was a local to Drakenheim. And they still have these emblazoned on the shields that they carry. Their helms are enclosed over them, and they wear half-plate armor with thick wrappings over their bodies. You do not see their faces nor flesh.
They seem welcoming.
They hold their shields and swords at rest, but in sort of a sentinel pose, right? So like their shield is strapped to their arms, their sword is held between them, held up against their chests. But as you approach, there's the stairs that lead up into the chapel proper. And I guess I can show you the map here, in case it's relevant.
So they're unmoving, right?
They are stoically still. The two watchers, and a third figure, garbed in much more ornate armor, comes down the stairs. And as the third figure comes down the stairs,
I guess something happened up ahead.
And the third figure cries out in a kind of ethereal tone, "You three, it is as Lucretia Matthias has foretold. You come again. Do you come?"
At least she knew we were coming.
Ah, it is as we foretold. You
Oh God.
walking out here and greeting us. Don't worry, guys. I can play this game too.
This is a sacred place. Lucretia Matthias has told me that you may wish to do harm to her.
That's a bold statement.
We don't want to do harm to her. That is not the intention.
Very well. You have Ignatius with you, yes?
Ignatius has led me into the darkest places and shone brightly, shine brightly. Good recovery.
Very well. I am satisfied. Know, though, that we are watching.
You know that we're watching. No, we're on even ground here. I'm trying to show a
I feel like
dominance.
you're trying to shake the trees already.
No, I'm just trying to make sure that we don't lose a foothold here, okay, Pluto?
With that, the sentinels step aside and allow you to head up the stairs into the chapel.
As I walk by, I give them the eyes.
As you come up the set of stairs to where the chapel hangs on the precipice, you can see that there's a great brazier of the sacred flame burning atop a marble dais. The coals of this brazier are glimmering delirium crystals. And Lucretia Matthias stands there tending the brazier. As a flamekeeper often does, usually anointing it with sacred oils, and she has assembled a lantern and several candles are all lit around, and several shards of golden delirium are arrayed about. And she takes one of the golden shards, and after speaking a prayer to it, she passes it to one of the other Twilight Sentinel Knights, who takes it, and behind her there is a staircase, and the Twilight Sentinel takes the shard down to the staircase, ostensibly likely to a set of crypts, perhaps.
Lucretia Matthias, how are you?
You are welcome here to this place.
I hope you are well. Do you know why we're here?
I do not believe that you are here to kill me. If that's what
It's a
counts.
good start.
No, that is not the intention.
I have heard and seen that another Von Kessel has been found.
Yeah.
Like an actual focus.
George is an actual Von Kessel. I still plan to honor what I said. I hope he plans to honor it as well. You know, he promised to take the sacrament when he comes of age.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he is nervous as someone his age is, although I believe the duties of the crown also require a leap of faith. And that leads us to you.
Very well. Well, if you have come here to invite me to attend a coronation ceremony, is that what you've come here to do?
Actually, so this new Von Kessel guy showing up, there's a lot of logistics that we need to sort out. And he is going to be gathering all of the Drakenheim seals and distributing them for the coronation. And that's going to be something he's going to be doing, because he's a von Kessel, you know, new king and all. So this is part of the whole thing, is the new king gets to elect its small council. So we're going to need to gather all the seals so that he can do this sort of ceremony. We'd love you to be there. I look over at Pluto and Theo as I say that.
Inviting?
I don't know. I
just did.
Well, I mean, we've been instructed by this prince, future king, whatever you'd like to call him, to collect the seals. And that includes the one in your possession.
Lucretia Matthias, we humbly ask for the phylactery.
She, from her, Lucretia Matthias herself is a short, waifish woman in her 90s. She wears a shawl and plain penitent robes, and you can see that that she wears a rope belt, and upon it she has had the phylactery of Saint Vitruvio. The only other adornment she carries on her person is a amulet that holds a golden delirium crystal around it. Beneath her shawls, though, you can see the glow of the purple delirium crystal that is embedded in her own chest. She pulls forth the phylactery of Saint Vitruvio and speaks carefully. By tradition and law, the phylactery of Saint Vitruvio is carried by the High Flamekeeper of Drakenheim, a position that is chosen by the Divine Matriarch.
And do you think the Divine Matriarch is going to choose you?
No. I think that the Divine Matriarch refuses to see the light and the truth.
Well then, Lucretia, I've got great news. This von Kessel, he's gonna try to stick to the book, I think, which means you could always plead your case to the matriarch, maybe why you might be the right candidate to hold this position for Drakenheim. But the fact is, like, you know, our hands are tied in this. He needs all the seals of Drakenheim to be crowned king, and we need to crown a king.
I see no shackles around your wrists. I see no rope holding your hands together. Let go of those things that bind you. You have seen the truth of what will happen to our world, Sebastian. You've seen it with your own eyes.
Yeah, it was bad.
The three of you have glimpsed the delirium heart, and you know what is coming. The old ways have served us well. They have taught us, guided us through darkness towards the light. But we must turn towards a new dawn, a new and glorious age. There is still a time where heroes will be needed, for a very long night awaits us. But it is one of a divine purpose. You must see that, surely.
Lucretia, we may not be bound by rope and chain, but we are still bound by duty. And with this future king, we are bound to do what he asks.
Pluto has an offer. You said something earlier. There was something you said earlier, like, what if, and Eldrick, he said, yeah, that sounds good. What was it? No? You literally made a plan, and I don't forget what it is. We are willing to offer you...
Well, I don't think we did. I don't think we settled. What I...
Let go of these lies that grip your soul. These old ways that bind you.
Star Wars struck. That was
There
awesome.
is a new path, and it has always been before you. You can set foot upon it. I will walk with you, and we do not need to fear the end.
Lucretia Matthias said,
Watch the truck to the right now.
you saved us.
It's Anakin.
Yes.
Saved
Darth
Sebastian.
Vader.
You...
Because I see great things for you. I see before me a noble knight astride in the ancient relics of Saint Vitruvio, commanding the might of the ancient dragon Argonath to lead our faithful. You could take up that call, Pluto. That you could be that knight that leads us through that night. Veo, you too could have this sacred purpose. And Sebastian, you need not linger in shadows. All of you, a great light burns in all of your hearts. This need not be your path.
We put so much. They did not believe. They did not believe in you. They did not believe in what you could do. The Academy is perplexed by the miracles you create. And even though they fear you, or they did, we put our faith in you, and we stopped. We stopped whatever was in that throne room in its tracks. We did it together. And we have seen this vision. We have seen what is coming. And I don't ask. I'm not asking for the phylactery. I'm asking for you to trust us.
Down by the river.
Like we trusted you. To put your faith back in us, because we may not know what's coming, but this is that truth you see. This is that path. So I kind of am asking for the phylactery, but I'm not asking for the phylactery. I'm asking you to put your faith in Dragon Force.
What the hell? Give me a playlist. have good stories.
Vet du hva som er til middag i dag?
Mat? Nei, jeg vet ikke. Jeg må i butikken.
Skal du kjøpe middag da?
Ja. Kan du hente Linnea forresten, og så kan jeg dra rett til butikken?
Ja, ok, greit.
Ja, ha det.
Skal jeg gjøre det nå?
Ja, gjør det da.
Ja, ok, greit. Men jeg stemmer for pizza i hvert fall. Ha det.
Pizza? Ja, det går jo.
Ja, det er 2 dager på rad. Vi må third time's the charm, så det er bare å ta det 3 ganger på rad.
Ja, få se. Ha det.
Ja, ha det.
God damn it. I need to go to the store to get some dinner. And he asked if we could have pizza today, but we had it yesterday as well.
I broke my
one more day and then the boys arrive. Something else. It's not because frozen pizza is not really that healthy. Better to get something else. Homemade pizza though, that's something else. Come on, slow coke. That's a good idea. Now we have a bag of frozen fries on the side, of course. My cousin made what you call that? Blåskjell på engelsk.
Det er mussels på engelsk.
Ah, right. My cousin made mussels with French fries, some sauce and stuff. That was really good.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fish. I force myself to eat it once a week. But that was the first time I ate mussels. Sounds so weird saying mussels. You eat mussels. But he made it really good. If I'm visiting my aunt and uncle in North Norway, when you fish fresh fish or get fish from the sea and you eat it maybe 1 hour or 2 hours later you caught it, that's good fish. The one you get in the store tastes like plastic. It's a big difference. I've never tasted swordfish. I guess the most special fish quotations I've eaten is whale. I usually eat whale once a year at the cabin by the sea because we purchase whale in Kragerø and bring it back to the cabin with the boat, and then put it on the barbecue. I guess if you make salmon with real butter and maybe some rice, I guess that's okay. But fish caught live from the Northern Sea is so much better than the shit we get in the store. Well, Norway has been a whale catching country for generations. We used to make lamp oil out of whale, what do you call it? Lamp oil by whale oil. Oh, that was a crazy cat. But there are really strict regulations about catching whale. whale we eat is caught north of northwest or north of Scotland, I think. I think the best meat I like, or the meat I like the most, is elk. Years ago, and there was a kid that got hit by the bus here, crushed his head. That was a nasty business. On his bicycle. Well then, I have to go to the store now. Catch you guys later. Hopefully they have added something new to the War Thunder stuff. Yesterday it was only World War I content, which it wasn't that special. So